For most people, vocal is the hardest part of a mix. They can craft a coherent mix among the instruments but find it hard to make the vocal blend with the rest of the band. In this section, we'll take a look at various common scenarios that we see in Project Studios and how we can fix that. First, we have a lead vocal here that is perfect in terms of performance. It doesn't have any intonation or timing problems, but it sounds dull, and that's caused by poor microphone choice. In a home studio, you may have only one mic and that's it.
Spread your wings and fly high in the morning sky.
You can hear that although the vocal performance is actually very good, the track sounds very dull and lifeless. So how do we fix that? Let's start by adding a compressor. Go to the mixer, under Inserts, Dynamics, Compressor. As you have already seen, I'm not a fan of compressor on every track, but adding a compressor on vocals is generally a good idea. It helps to balance the volume across the track and helps it sit better in the mix. If you have a singer who is moving a lot, the volume may change more drastically, but our singer here is very consistent, so I'll just compress this lightly with a ratio of 2:1. Just adjust the slider so that the compressor kicks in only when the singer is getting very loud. You can actually see the level of this track here. So I can roughly say that the average volume of this recording is somewhere around here. That's about minus 22, 23 decibels. And the louder parts go as high as minus 17, minus 16 decibels. So we are going to try to compress these parts, these louder parts, to bring out these softer, quieter parts. Let's open the compressor here as well.
Spread your wings and fly high in the...
So we need to bring the threshold down, let's say to about minus 30 decibels.
Spread your wings and fly high in the...
Maybe even a bit more.
Spread your wings and fly high in the morning sky.
Turn off automatic mode on makeup. We want to be in control of how much gain we're adding. So let's bring in some of the other instruments and let's hear this in context. Let's bring in the acoustic drums, rhythm guitar, bass, and here we go. Actually, let me turn down the rhythm guitars. They seem to be too loud. From this group fader here.
Spread your wings and fly high in
the volume of the vocal track is now much better. Let's take care of that dullness. Now we could use an equalizer to boost the high frequencies, but that will be unfair. There isn't much that the equalizer can work with. So first, we need to supplement the high frequencies in this track by adding what we call upper harmonics. The process of adding upper harmonics covers a wide range. The most gentle part of this range is called saturation, or sometimes tape saturation. Cubase has a plugin designed for this type of gentle saturation called Magneto. On the more aggressive side of the scale, we have distortion. For that, Cubase offers a very unique plugin that's also one of my favorites called Quadrafuzz. Let's try that. Under distortion, select Quadrafuzz. Quadrafuzz divides the frequency spectrum into 4 bands and allows you to apply various amounts of distortion independently on each. For each band, you can select a different type of upper harmonic. The choices are ordered like I just said, going from tape saturation on the gentle end of the scale to decimate on the extreme end of the scale. I don't want any harmonics on the low frequency band. For the low mids, I will pick the tube option and dial the drive amount up. This will give our recording the growl that is lacking in this recording. For the high mids, I will go for the more aggressive distortion option, but keep the drive amount lower. Because I don't want this to sound like it's coming from a speakerphone, although you can easily achieve such special effects with Quadrafuzz if that's what you want. Let's also dial in some gentle tube distortion on the high band as well.
Spread your wings and fly.
Sounds much better already. See how it sounds when I bypass Quadrafuzz?
Spread your wings and fly.
Okay, now let's put this back on. Now Quadrafuzz has another nifty feature hidden here. You can add delay separately to each of these bands. As we said before, delay and reverb give a sense of dimension and help a track to blend much better in the mix. So I'll try turning on delay in the low mid and high mid bands. We talked about delay parameters before. Right now these are set to repeat on every quarter note, which we can see here when I hover the mouse on them. Let's give it a shot.
Spread your wings and fly.
I will turn down the feedback a bit. Remember, feedback controls the number of delays that will be generated. When I stop playback, you can hear the delay lingering for a long time. That will end up as mud in the mix. So I will just bring feedback down to control that.
Spread your wings and fly.
And maybe the mix control as well. This will turn down the relative volume of delays that we're adding.
Spread your wings and fly.
Now under each of these bands there's an output control. I'll turn the high mids using the output control on that band. This will take care of the dullness and help the vocals cut through the mix easily.
Spread your wings and fly.
Sounds great, but the whole track became too loud, so I'll turn it down using the fader.